Harry, Ron and Hermione were delighted to be back at Hogwarts. Harry's encounter with the Dementor had caused him no serious harm, other than a growing feeling of dread. The three friends hurried to their first class of the term, anxious to resume their lessons.
I'm Professor Lupin, your new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. Our first lesson involves the spell Carpe Retractum. Ron Weasley, would you please join me?
Me? Are you sure? Hermione's loads better at spells.
You'll do fine, Ron. Just step through this door to begin.
Hello? Professor Lupin?
Welcome to the Carpe Retractum Challenge, Ron. There are 10 challenge shields scattered throughout the challenge. Some are well hidden. Find all 10 shields to earn a visit to the Bean bonus room. If you don't find all the shields your first time through, you can always come back. Complete the challenge by collecting the final shield. Let's get started. Carpe Retractum has two primary uses: to pull yourself towards something, or to pull something towards you. See if you can find a statue to cast the spell at. Then, watch what happens.
Okay guys, hello and welcome everyone to Let's Play Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. This is guys 115 speaking, and happy December the 2nd. As you can see, we are thrown straight into the action. No wandering through the Hogwarts grounds at night and castle to enter the classroom. Nothing like that, just immediately, here you go, you start the first spell challenge, and we're playing as Ron, who has just learned a new spell. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on if you hated it in the past, there is no spell learning exercise, either pressing arrows in rhythm or actually dragging the shape with your mouse cursor, which was a nightmare for many players, although I personally enjoyed it, but I like the increased difficulty. Immediately we enter the challenge and we know the spell. Couple of things about the challenge. You can see there's no timer on screen, and this is a huge letdown. I so much enjoyed those time trials of Chamber of Secrets, but guys, for those of you who are like me, don't worry, I'll have you covered in a future episode. For now, let's just open up the in-game menu, because what we see here is the secrets counter. This is the number of secrets found / remaining in this level, and also this is the number of challenge shields found / remaining in this level. Complete the Carpe Retractum challenge, collect all 10 challenge shields to enter the Bean bonus room. For now, collecting all 10 of them is optional, and you get awarded with the third game's version of Bean bonus room if you do. However, keep in mind this achievements list. You need to get all 10 challenge shields in order to finish the game successfully, but this is a challenge you can replay over and over and over until you find all of them. Also, there is this really arbitrary separate menu. Each time you collect a challenge shield, you'll see an icon popping up here under Carpe Retractum. This sort of Spartan symbol is the symbol for the spell itself. Okay guys, furthermore, we are going to be collecting famous vampire cards. Let's do this. So for now, you cannot exit the challenge or anything like that, but I love this spell so much because it does something mechanically so unique that it rivals Spongify. Let me show you. Yep, and you can do all sorts of shenanigans with this if you interrupt the cast via right-clicking in the right moment. For now... Okay, takes a while for it to be castable, but you can interrupt it whenever.
You can also use Carpe Retractum to pull certain levers. See if you can find one on a wall and try it out.
Carpe Retractum.
Of course we can.
A Spongify tile. I think I remember how to use these. Or maybe not.
First, cast Spongify on the tile to make it bouncy.
So even Ron and Hermione learned Spongify, the best spell from the best professor Hogwarts has ever had, Professor Lockhart.
Spongify!
Now, leap onto the tile to spring into the air. Remember, click the right mouse button to jump.
Gotcha. Huh, it doesn't make the boing sound it used to, it's now more of a magical sound, and I kind of missed the original one.
Carpe Retractum can also be used to pull things towards you. See if you can find something to cast at. Then climb up onto it.
Well, it's not like we have crazy options here, is it? But hey, look how many uses the spell has. It's a really cool spell. Great addition. It's similar to Ezio in many ways. I just... feels like that's what it should have been. Even the spell shape is A, like Ezio. It's a bit odd. And let me show you what happens when we get the challenge shield. So we see the counter on top of the screen. It will also increase here. It will increase here. And finally, it will increase here. Yeah, the menu is not efficient. It's almost like they try to bloat it to make it look like there are more features to the game than there actually are. But honestly, I don't mind. And look at the touch-up the armor's got. Nicely done, game. Okay, let's Depulso all the beans here. And guys, this armor and many others is one of the reasons I'm not including the title cards in front of each episode telling you how many items and enemies there are to get, because just like Chamber of Secrets, the number of goodies will be randomized, and in Prisoner of Azkaban, even the number of enemies. So doing that or a final stats video is kind of an impossibility, because every playthrough is going to be somewhat different.
You can jump over pits like this one, Ron. Hold down the forward arrow key to run towards it. When you get to the edge, continue holding the arrow key and press the right mouse button to jump.
Now guys, I'd like to use this as an opportunity to show you my biggest complaint about this game, and that's how forgiving and easy it is. Look what happens when you fall. You take small amount of damage and you're thrown back here. No restarting the challenge again like in the previous two games. Prisoner of Azkaban is made way easier, and I do not understand this decision. Anywho, let's cheer ourselves up with more goodies. Despite being randomized. Oh well, what can you do? Oh, that was a pretty good hole.
Oh, great.
Yep, Ron, I share your feelings, but don't you worry. We're gonna cheer ourselves up with a little bit of a secret. It's so exciting for me to see all these Depulso symbols everywhere. Not Rictusempra. Oh, look at that! First secret and the first wizard card of this level. Let's check it out. Famous vampire cards unlocked.
Sir Herbert Varney, 1858 to 1889. Short-lived, by undead standards, Victorian vampire who preyed upon women in London during the 1880s, was subsequently captured and killed by a special squad from the Department for the Regulation and Control of Magical Creatures.
So essentially, Jack the Ripper. That's it. Or Saucy Jackie.
Carpe Retractum.
Here they turned him into a
Carpe
vampire.
Retractum can also be used on certain ropes. Now give it a go.
Okay then.
Carpe Retractum. Carpe Retractum.
Ah, we hear a bell from a bell tower each time we do that. I love the atmosphere of the place. It really takes me back to the first game's dungeons, which is one of my most favorite part of the game, even with its background music. And there we go, second shield is ours. Let's move on. Uh-oh.
Professor Lupin? That thing doesn't look very friendly.
That is an imp, Ron. Beware. It might throw exploding wizard crackers. Spells may not be effective in this situation. Try not to let the wizard crackers touch you while they're in the air. When they land, you can pick them up. But be careful. If you're not quick enough, the crackers will explode.
Wizard crackers are back! Yes! Oh my god, this is great.
See if you can pick up a wizard cracker and throw it back at the imp.
Oh, you bet I can.
Perfect, Ron. Now let's put your training to the test.
To the test?
It came out of the painting, that's awesome. Okay. Oh, the crackers are
Splendid,
delicious.
All right! Pumpkin pasties! These are worth a lot more than beans.
That is true compared to a single bean, of course, and this is where you can check how many you have, what's your current balance. This is all just wizard money for kids, essentially. This is where the imps came from. I think it's a really neat idea. And so guys, I'm so happy to say wizard crackers are back, and we'll be seeing imps often, and I couldn't be happier. It's kind of my most favorite boss fight of the Philosopher's Stone game. Now let's not forget to check these cabinets. Oh, I love how violently they shake open. Ah, it's so satisfying. They get it. They know why we love playing these games, to get our hands on sweets. Ah, it's so good. Okay, anyway, let's go up.
Oh no! I hope that noise isn't what I think it is.
Yes! Rictusempra symbol! Oh, this mod is great!
Rictusempra!
Okay, here's an important thing about pixies. They don't work like in Chamber of Secrets where they moved around and tried to bite you.
Rictusempra!
Now they are throwing magical projectiles. They're very slow and clumsy. They're not really good at this. Furthermore, whenever they appear, you need to wait a while for them to settle in a location before you can cast Rictusempra. You cannot get rid of them immediately, which is not a problem in small encounters like this, but when doing this minigame, that's gonna be very infuriating.
Whoa! A cauldron cake! I'll bet they're worth loads more than beans in Fred and George's shop.
Okay, Ron, I know you're coming from a poor family, but to go, raw cauldron cake, that's, I don't know, that just makes me a bit sad. But Christmas is approaching, and in the spirit of sharing, I'm gonna let you have that cauldron cake, okay? Wow, 3 frogs after this brief encounter, and this is the philosophy of the Prisoner of Azkaban game. Incredibly low difficulty, and the devs were constantly anxious, this being a kids game, about making sure you have full health to an extraordinary extent. I don't know, I found the difficulty of the previous 2 to be just fine for a kids game. Do not underestimate kids. Anywho, there we go. From now on, we'll see numbers all over here. Ah, this one's fun. Let's cast at all 4 in quick succession to get our hands on the 3rd challenge shield. Yay! Now, is there any armor we can cast at again? No? Okay. But always make sure, you never really know when you're fully finished with the armors, except for some, which will actually fall apart, which is a lot of fun. Okay, another chocolate frog, as if we've been through some dangerous area between the final one and now.
Not too sure about this.
Don't you worry, Ron. This looks way scarier than it actually is. Unless you try to speed things up along by interrupting the Carpe Retractum casts. Ooh, pasties. Okay, and a card.
Amarillo Lestott, 1776 to 1977. Flamboyant American vampire. Author of A Vampire's Monologue, intended to bore the reader into a stupor, making him or her easier prey for vampires.
Okay, very interesting. Like the idea of boring your victim into not... Oh my god, what was that? Oopsie. Well, this is what I'm talking about. Interrupting the Carpe Retractum cast to get something faster doesn't really always work out in your favor, and this is the area where I always pay the price for my arrogance. And you cannot cast this unless it's from a very specific angle, so let's wait for this one. But anyway, I love the idea of boring your victims, not resisting you anymore, heading to death. Okay, there we go. And this doesn't count as a secret for whatever reason. I guess it was considered too obvious. You don't need to Carpe Retractum yourself away, but since we learned the spell, let's use it. A jump would have been fine, of course. Oh, I see what you're doing there. You think you're so smart. Let's stand here to make sure no beans will fall into the pit. I'm always anxious about that. That's it? 4 beans. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, wait a second. I think there's something interesting behind that wall. See the edges? Very suspicious if you ask me. So let's cast at both armors. There we go. Oh, I don't want the bean to fall down. Excellent. Let's Accio our way up. And a card. Yeah, this is gonna be a common trend here.
Count Vlad Dracul, 1392 unknown. Notorious vampire who inspired the fictional Count Dracula created by Bram Stoker, father of Vlad the Impaler.
The way Stephen Fry said it, Count Vlad Dracul. He really enjoyed. He had so much fun reading this out, you can tell. It's great. Okay, on we go. Okay, I'm so happy everyone knows Alahomora.
Professor?
Oh.
That's a fire crab, Ron.
Is it?
Be careful. It can shoot fire out of its, out of its backside. Cast Rictusempra to knock it over. Then cast again as needed to knock the fire crab into the trap.
Okay, so this is interesting. You use Rictusempra to stun it, but I would expect we then switch to Depulso to push it. Like in Chamber of Secrets, you cast Rictusempra then Flipendo. I don't know why they decided to simplify it here.
Please tell me that's the way out.
But even the initial Rictusempra cast tends to knock him back somewhat, so that's pretty cool, I guess. And these guys are more like fire crab babies, really, than the monstrosities we've seen in Chamber of Secrets. there are also not gonna be any huge fire crabs like those in Chamber of Secrets that were of purple coloration, which is a bit of a bummer. Again, they tried to make this game so much easier than the previous two, which is odd. Did they receive criticism about those games being challenging, or why is this overcorrection here? Ooh, I like this area. Let's see if I can time this. Oh my god, that was close. Okay, whilst the pixie's settled, let's pull that block. I love interrupting spellcasts and the spell still working. It's funny to me for some reason. Oh, I love the black marble of this place, and look, it seems like bottomless abyss, although I can see some brickwork at the bottom. It's just really deep. Can we... Oh, this was a bad idea, wasn't it? Ah! Oh no! I always mess up trying to make things go faster. Imagine if this was like Chamber of Secrets and every full meaning you have to go back to the previous save point. Honestly, I would deserve it. Okay, let's wait for the door to open and save. Make the crabs fall, poor dears. Okay, and you can just Carpe Retractum there directly, but I do want to use every single Carpe Retractum statue/rope in the game, at least once. I don't know why. I'm keeping statistics. I want to know how many times we cast Carpe Retractum in the game. Okay, now an optional room over here. Oh, sorry, not optional at all. The armors are, but not the symbol. Okay, fair enough. This Ron? How on earth?
Ron, you really do need to work on the accuracy of your spell casting.
Now guys, it might not seem like much, 150 beans, and that's because it really isn't. In this game, we'll be swimming in thousands of them, okay? But the game does space things out somewhat and starts you a bit easy. Anyway guys, interesting thing to note, we are at 6 shields and 3 out of 5 secrets. However, when we take the next step, we're gonna transition into the next map. And back in the Philosopher's Stone game, this would be 2 separate levels with different names and different loading screens. Prisoner of Azkaban finally handled this properly, ensuring that even though there's gonna be a loading screen, it's considered the same level and all your statistics are gonna carry over. Let me show you. See, there we are, 3 out of 5, 6 out of 10. This is wonderful and honestly how it should have worked back in Philosopher's Stone. Okay. I'm so happy to see the Rictusempra symbol where it's supposed to be. It's great. Oh, this mod, it's such a small change, but it means so much to me. Oh wait, wrong order. I think we first need to go into the tunnel over there. Oh yes. There we go. Now we have something to actually drop down on. And guys, very easy to miss, but please don't. Cauldron cakes from this banner over here. Ah, that's more like it. Although we have 9 cauldron cakes, and that could be a problem for the next episode. We'll see, we'll see. Because again, the number of cauldron cakes is either 2 or 3, and it's randomized both times you cast it. And I was kind of counting on us having 10 cauldron cakes at this point. Oh well, it's gonna make things more interesting, that's for sure. Okay, excellent. Now let's collect all this. Remember, no littering at Hogwarts. We gotta collect everything. Please don't eat them, Ron, and don't give them to Harry, the bean addict. His addiction got even worse since the last year. Wait, can I... Ooh, it worked! Finally! I didn't mess up. Great, that made me very happy. This is the kind of fun you can have with Carpe Retractum, which is awesome. Okay, and an optional corridor over there. That's quite the casting range you have, Ron. Very nicely done. Oh, this one cannot be casted. That's frustrating. You could at least give us beans, I mean. That's not an unreasonable request, is it? There we go. 4th secret is ours. As is the 4th vampire card. Let's check it out.
Lady Carmilla Sanguina, 1561 to 1757. bathed in the blood of her victims to retain her youthful beauty.
Carmilla! Oh, guys, I don't know if you watched the Netflix Castlevania show, but Carmilla was there featured as one of the prominent villains. My god, she was phenomenal. Ah, this is a nice callback to the vampire lore. Okay, awesome. So, let's keep going. I don't think we're gonna get another cauldron cake in this level, and again, that has me... Oh shoot! Wait, run!
Carpe
Well,
Retractum.
nothing ventured, nothing gained. Okay, save game book. I clearly need it after all these fails. Again, they don't count as deaths in the Prison of Azkaban. But I'd like to make a hardcore run of each of these games eventually and see how far I can get without dying once. And in Prisoner of Azkaban, I think even the small fall that just makes you take damage, I should consider a fail to make things a bit more interesting. If I take things slow, there's no reason for me to already screw up in the Carpe Retractum challenge, right? Oh my god, there's plenty to cast in here. Whoa, pixies from the Asuda of Armor. That's a bit unexpected. Excellent. Oh guys, a cauldron cake. We are fine for the next episode. Okay, I'm gonna talk more about it in tomorrow's episode, in case you do not end up with 10 cauldron cakes. Oh, this just made my day. Thank goodness gracious. Okay, and look at that. Not even a secret, yet containing the 5th vampire card nevertheless. Well, number 4 here.
Lodwyn Blood, 1923 to unknown. Known as the Vampire from the Valleys. Famous for singing to his victims in a sonorous bass baritone before biting their necks.
I'm wondering, was he also boring them to stupor?
Amarillo,
Like Amarillo over here with his singing? Hard to say. Okay guys, these banners you cannot cast it, but we'll be back in this room. But we need to discover the entrance in the next chamber, which is, I think, a really cool design. Oh, these paintings! Finally we get to see new paintings in Hogwarts. It was about time. Yeah, come on, that was obvious. And that's why the Carpe Retractum statue is here. Okay, excellent. Woohoo! Oh, run. Please collect the shield. Thank you. And there we go. Back here we have one more shield to collect. And I actually can't remember if the final large shield counts as one of the 10. I don't think it does. Anyway, love recasting Lumos just for the illumination. Oh, I see the final shield, the large one in the distance. We cannot see it yet. Okay, fair enough. We need to get closer. There it is. That counts as the 10th shield, which is not like in the Chamber of Secrets. I see. The final challenge start was not part of the countdown. Okay, let's get away with you. And now, I'm a bit nervous about these suits of armor, because there's a risk of a beam falling into the abyss. So I'm not gonna cast them both simultaneously, but rather separately. Excellent, nothing fell to the abyss. Now, I don't know why, my friends, but you can cast the Carpe Retractum symbol there. Although I'm not really sure from what angle. Maybe from here? No. It's an odd one. I really don't understand it. Anywho, guys, now for me at least, the most stressful part of the game, the first visit to the beam bonus room. Let's see if I remember how to do this properly, because there's no saving in between. Oh no. Just a quick check. Yes, okay, so the final one counts as the 10th challenge shield. That means we fulfilled the first requirement for the end of the year. And also, we see this being filled out quite nicely. Excellent.
Well done, Ron. And you found all 10 challenge shields, which means you get to visit the beam bonus room.
Wow! This is the beam bonus room.
That's right, Ron. Collect as many goodies as you can before the time runs out.
Okay guys, follow my steps exactly. Hit the Depulso symbol, spongify here. And now, let's spongify everywhere we can. Whilst casting, whilst falling, let's immediately go down. My god, this is so stressful to do properly. The time here is insanely strict. I know what I was saying about the decreased difficulty, but doesn't apply really to the beam bonus room, okay? Ah, I just really don't want to mess up this fall. Oh, thank God. I just want to cast there to say we cast at that Spongify tile. Okay, now, the first visit of the beam bonus room that you're gonna go through as Ron is simple in that it's only beans. No pumpkin pasties or cauldron cakes. But this pattern that we're practicing right now is gonna be absolutely crucial for subsequent visits when more important goodies like pasties and cakes are gonna be on the line, okay? Excellent. However, seeing pasties and cauldron cakes in the air is gonna make it more easy to remember where you're supposed to go through. Whoa. Okay. Let's get what's inside the armor. Spongify up. Unfortunately, it's in the wrong direction every single time. It's a bit maddening, but what can you do? Okay. Whoa, nice! Excellent. Okay, another armor corridor, and I'm thinking I shouldn't linger here anymore. And when you pass through this archway now, having hit all those important checkpoints, the whole room is gonna be flooded with additional beams appearing in midair. This is important, and it's also a lot of fun. I love this beam bonus room, but not quite as much as the one in Chamber of Secrets, because you don't get to gradually explore it more and more as you learn new spells. It's always gonna be the same gist, with slightly different goodies. Oh, that was pretty good. We picked it clean. Let's get these. Yeah! Ah, nice.
That was fantastic!
Indeed.
Where are we?
These doors will let us back into any spell challenge we've completed.
We can have another go at the Carpe Retractum challenge if you like, Ron.
Or we could go exploring. You lead the way, Ron.
Guys, very important thing. If I had the Marauders map, I would show you that we are in a corridor within the Hogwarts castle itself. And this is not an episode dedicated to exploring it, but make sure each time you are thrown here to cast at these knight suits of armors, okay? Because each time you are thrown here, it's a completely unique instance. And from each of these armors, you can get your hands on 25 beams, so that's 50 beams per visit, okay? It's something the game doesn't really tell you, but this is still part of the Carpe Retractum challenge map, okay? So, squeeze all these armors for everything they're worth each time you're here.
It looks like this challenge is locked at the moment.
Do you want to replay the Carpe Retractum challenge, Ron? Guess that challenge isn't open yet.
And if you missed anything, you can go back immediately. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the first spell challenge. It's one of my favorites, I know I did. And I'm gonna see you tomorrow, but not before I say thanks to my absolutely amazing patrons. Thank you to my free Patreon members, and especially my loyal Winstons. Blind Goopel, Mick, Severin Drex, Enstickle, Katie Danger, Poo2, Basic Brownie, and Bino. Next, I would like to say big thanks to my Caretaker Winstons, Michael McConkey, Karavetu, Renegade Durney, Blanket Fox, Jonathan Jones, Dig Debbie, and PD92. I would also like to give special thanks to my brave veteran Winstons, Andrea Paviglianiti, Alexander, and Richard Dearman. And finally, I would like to give one very, very special thanks to my one and only fine vintage Winston, Akira Foxmind. Thank you all so much for supporting my work. You guys are the reason I am able to keep all of my videos completely demonetized, and also you are the reason how I'm able to make so many videos. It's an absolute dream coming true, and I'm humbled every single day you decide to support me. And also, thank you today for specifically making sure that the entire dungeons will be clear of Slytherins. Professor Lupin booked the entire dungeon section for his Carpe Retractum challenge, and imagine how difficult things would get for Gryffindors especially if there'd be Slytherins everywhere throwing stinking pellets at us. Thank you so much for providing security services. Now, I really hope, guys, you enjoyed today's episode, and I am gonna see you tomorrow where we are gonna do some proper Hogwarts Castle explorations. Bumping into Slytherins will be inevitable, but honestly, part of the fun, so I hope to see you again tomorrow.